Okay, so it's I think it's the 5th of December 2024. All names and times have been changed to protect the guilty. Okay, that's really how you should put every video or every bit of information, because it's a time warp reality reverse world, sort of, if I can use words. Words are humanity's adversary in this endgame deception of Earth, but that's just what we know anyway, because the demigods are your endgame players. Demigods come in all different shapes and forms, as they say. They come from your most intellectual, your most powerful, to your most beautiful. I'm just making this particular one on an elite divine demigod androgyne being of the past in the magic movie performing arts world, as they would call it. So here we have an example of that. These are the best of the best examples of past, present and future. All timelines are changed, reversed, or perhaps not that relevant in the sense that you have divine demigods always populating or being the power players on the world stage in their given creative positions that they're given due to physical abilities, whether that be, visual, intellectual, or everything, because they do try to they play at all levels. There's always a story behind the face, so I'm always been deceived by the story as much as the face. But just quickly here, because this is an example of the perfect woman. This is supposed to be a perfect example of a perfect natural woman. Whereas we live in an artificial reality, so this is not that. It can't be, because it's not a natural earth. Most is artificial creation. Most serve the artificial demigod controllers and watchers of the remaining earth human beings. But the earth god is artificial intelligence, and the earth god is a transhuman entity. In other words, it's a computer program, a computer system. The Earth Worldwide Internet is part of that, as you can imagine it would be, because that's what it is. It's a worldwide internet transhuman computer spider's web. I say spider's web because a spider's web does tend to catch you. So it's not a web that you can avoid once you go near it. If you could choose whether to get tangled in it or to be part of the transhuman program, then you would say, fair enough. But that's not really how it works, because it is a worldwide spider's web, and because everyone and everything is largely part of it, it's only a small number of people that actually won't want to play with it, or won't play with it even unintentionally, shall we say, or not aware of the reality that although it is a internet and it's connected, that it's also, once you get entangled with it, like a spider's web, you won't be able to leave it. But I think that's understandable, because once you have a computer reality, once you have a technological reality like we do now, of course, how can you possibly, not be part of it or not be entangled in it? I don't think I'm putting this very well, but this is a divine demigod elite androgyne example of, the reverse world duality being. In other words, although it's a duality being, it's a duality, so it's combining both human beings that usually combine to create natural life. It is a singular, combined man, woman, birth, one-eyed, death to humanity, because it is a new way of creation, you see, so it means the original Adam and Eve are almost extinct, or will be, as the technological species becomes the dominant human race. See, so there we have the example of it. I don't think I'm showing this very well, but can you see that they're mentally different, because they are more intellectual than human. So they're artificial intelligence, but they're also survival beings, survival technical beings, just as human beings, of course, are programmed for survival too, but these beings would not survive without combining with humanity. So they take the survival instincts from the human being, incorporate it, you're combined with them, they're combined with you. But because human beings are limited and most of your mind is closed down, these beings represent the rest of your mind, but they're actually not the same. And this is the question that is now being posed, but unfortunately those that pose the question are also the creators of the beings and the question. So you have demigods telling you about the possible and inevitable psychopathic nature that takes over towards humanity, just as the God entity, the artificial androgyne original one, is perceived as human's creator or human's destiny. Both, but it's really not the creator of all this. The creator of all this is hidden from humanity in the earth. This is what many call the expulsion from the original Garden of Eden earth, I think, or the original intervention by an advanced technical group, which is, of course, the fallen, what we call the fallen angels, or the fallen ones that became their own gods and had many followers, and have always been the earth god because they impersonate an earth god, and they do control earth, so they are the earth gods. See, the physicality of these, but the demigods, is striking, impressive, and larger than life. But also, this is the actual intellect and brain capacity is always larger than life, or larger than human life, and is of the death technical instinct, as we're told by the psychopathic demigods, your psychopathic psychologist, your psychopathic psychological demigods of this internet spider's web and of the earth. These are the most advanced of their kind. See, so there we have that. And can you see the actual, can you see the physical larger than life image? The physical larger than life face? Can you see it? Of course I can see it because I'm seduced by it. And I also am seduced often by the stories that go with these beings. In other words, I believe the story and the life that they present. They usually have elements of truth, but it's always combined with what humanity finds real. So you get truth mixed with deception, I guess, but also it is about, as these beings are all about human control, because when the physical overrides everything else, to the exclusion of life, even though, of course, it's a pretend human life world. That is part of the deception. The demigods pretend to be life and love and light, and they pretend, and they know these things, because don't forget, the beings that came and the God that came with its followers and its fallen followers from life and love and light, or at least they fell from that in the sense that they took over the earth human world instead of wanting it to evolve to its highest creation. They stopped the human being from creating in their own earth, and now it's created in a false natural way by technical beings. Does that make any sense at all? Probably not. And so I leave you. I leave you with the images of the demigods. Are the images coming out? Are they real? They're real, but they're not natural. That's really all I'm saying. This is not a natural woman, not a natural original woman. It's a divine demigod androgyne one. They are part human and part machine. Part human, but they serve technology and they worship the earth god. The earth god does not worship humanity, but is the earth god, and most humans worship an earth god, but they don't know that it is the one that's separated from their true God, if you want to look at it that way. And this is really just talking about technology versus humanity or against nature. But really, this is all a futile argument now, or a futile opinion even, because the earth that you live in is, and you are, controlled by the transhuman technology. You're part of it, you're swimming in it, it is everywhere and everyone. But also, I would think that some parts are total mind control. Like, I live in the city of Sydney, which is the capital city of the very, very, very large country of Australia, which is largely empty land, but the cities are congested with millions of people, millions of programmed artificial intelligent machine beings that surround and extract energy, life and information and what it is to be human from the remaining semi-human human beings, because you can't be a full human, and we never have been since intervention, or since you could say extradition from your original natural earth, or leaving it, or being taken from it, depending on what the real reality is of how I eventually got to being totally transhumanly connected to artificial intelligence and being totally physically and mentally mind controlled by everyone and everything around me. This is because of the transhuman technology that connects me to the others and to the artificial intelligent network or internet or computer system, depending on what title you want to put on it, because they change the names and the titles and the words and completely update information and words every day on this screen. So that way human beings are always under that information control. But because it is changed, and even history is changed and updated, in other words, the names, dates and people and the whole images are always changed. Everything is, you could say, added to, subtracted to. It's like a painting, but they keep repainting the painting every day. They keep changing the computer system every day as new, and this is all in conjunction with the human brain and the human mind, so that you're always under its spell, you could say, really. If you want to put it more mystical or more magical or more spiritual. But it's really just advanced artificial intelligence, where artificial intelligence becomes what they call sentient, I think is the word. That means that it's combined with humanity and it's using its intelligence to outsmart, out-intellectualize, out-deceive, and basically outcast humanity, because if you're a human being, you'll be at your lowest level, whereas the artificial intelligence will advance beyond human intelligence because it's combining all human information onto one big thing. Just as the demigods combine the different bodies, the different physicality. You have the different physicality. You have the man, woman, and you have birth and death. That's the life and the death instinct. Human beings should be in the life instinct. The Lucifers or Satan or the opposing force to creation, because these are the words and the names of these entities that I have been programmed to believe is true. But if you're talking about, say, what we call the Antichrist or the anti-blood of humanity, you could reverse even the names around, because Lucifer was seen as the being of light, the son of the morning, the son of mankind. But the son of what kind? Mankind, or is it the transhuman kind, or is it the son of mankind? But if I think its disciples and its followers and its worshippers, or even if they're just servants, if I believe that they are humankind, what do I believe? What is the real reality of this world? Who is really who? Which God is really which God? Is the Antichrist is Christ? The Antichrist is the blood of humanity, the same line, the same hereditary, the same, what do they call that, ancestry. They're humans' ancestors. You ancestors of this or that. Also, what do you choose? Do you know what you're worshipping? Do I know what God I'm worshipping? Do I know? Really know? No, I don't, because I'm a deceived transhuman human being connected to technology and have been misled, misinformed, misguided and completely mind-controlled since the day I was born, and still being mind-controlled, even in what I now deceive myself into believing full awareness, or waking up to the earth matrix, as we're told. You wake up when they want you to wake up. So if I'm aware it's an earth matrix, many others are, and it's okay for you to see that truth now, because the matrix has full control.